She comes across like diamonds, diamonds, easy in love when the lights are low. She comes into focus, focus, the closer she gets, the more I know. She takes more whiskey than my wine,
You know, it's kind of windy and kind of stormy and I guess a little bit drippy out there tonight. It's after midnight and it's kind of, you can hear the wind blowing through the window and going. This is the kind of weather where you want to have something peated, something comforting and warm when it's kind of blowing and ugly out there. So what I have here is something that I picked up last year. It is the Ardbeg Drum Committee release. It even has a little pamphlet on here, Ardbeg Day Carnival, Ardbeg. And entering into the spirit, fragrant pine resin, ripe banana and pineapple. Oh my goodness. This is going to be interesting. Oh, it's got tasting notes and nosing notes in here too. What do you know? Well, this is interesting. There's no tube for me to put it in, but I can read what's on the bottle here, both front and back, after I have, well, dispensed the dram. Let me find the little pull tab here. Come on, you pull tab, where are you? I don't see you. Oh, wait, there it is, I think. I got something that resembles something that you could pull out. Oh yeah, now I got it. Piece of plastic on the top, which is not foil but plastic. And here we go. Okay. That was a medium tight loose cork. It's making the right sounds as I'm pouring it. There. Ardbeg Drum Committee release. Here we go. Ardbeg Drum Committee release. $146.99, $10 bottle deposit. So 147, that would be $14.70 liquor tax, and half of that would be $7.35 goods and services tax. So we're talking $22 in taxes on top of 147. So that would be $169, almost $170 out the door. This is a little pricey. Well, we're going to find out if it was worth it. First, there's no age statement on this. I'm going to read what it says on the label. Maybe I'll read what, oh, I can smell the peat already. I just got a whiff of peat there. Briny, fragrant, whatever. Tasting notes and color, nose. What else does it say in here? Okay. Picture yourself in a boat on a river. No. Picture yourself flying over an azure blue sea as it glistens in the sunlight. Dolphins leap on the horizon and a palm tree sways to the sound of bagpipes. Soaring above the beach and coming in to land on a tiny airstrip, you'll be forgiven for thinking you were arriving in the Caribbean. But no, this is Islay. And we share a lot in common with the island nations from summer climes, like our unique love for island life, or even our rich history of carnivals, sort of. Visit us at ardbeg.com. What is this? Ardbeg Distillery Limited. Okay. This is tasting notes and nosing notes. What is this? Just pictures of barrels and stuff. Yeah, I don't know if you can make that out, but barrels and stuff there. And let's get the show on the road. In an Islay time gone by, the last day of the Fisheel festival, locals would transform everything from harvesters to hatchbacks into magnificent floats. If it had wheels, they decorated it. Adorned with brilliant flowers and fabrics, these vibrant mobile gardens were a sight to behold. Starting at the pier in Port Ellen, the procession would roll by the crowds at Ardbeg before honking and tooting its way back to be judged. This was a typically Islay cavalcade of color. Okay, what is even more? I just had a look at that. There's another page. Entering into the spirit. It's a little known fact that Ardbeg's generations past, at one time or another, the people of Islay came under the influence of more exotic climes. Many notable characters, in fact, have Caribbean connections. Hamish Scott, Ardbeg's distillery manager between 64 and 77, was previously in the same occupation, but at a rum distillery, and as these rare and recently unarchived photographs testify, he brought a little bit of his travels back home to his native Islay. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. So, I read the whole thing backwards. There's a picture of... Yeah. Okay, well, this is an interesting little curiosity addendum to the whole thing, and I'm wasting time. But I'm known to do that. Okay. Let's get down to business here. Let the rumbustious revelry begin. On Islay, our passion for festivity is the lifeblood of our famous island spirit, and this year it just so happens that Ardbeg Drum is perfectly peaty excuse to celebrate. That's last year, that is. In Ardbeg Drum, Ardbeg Scotch Whisky from ex-bourbon casks has been rested in ex-rum casks from the Americas to produce a downright wondrous paradiddle of aromas, fragrant pine resin, wood smoke, and so on and so on. So these are tasting notes and stuff. I didn't see anything. 52% alcohol by volume, 750 mils. Ardbeg Drum, the ultimate Islay single malt. Ardbeg Scotch Whisky from ex-bourbon casks, rested a while in ex-rum cask in the Americas, and you have Ardbeg Drum, flamboyant jamboree of flavors with fragrant pine resin. They mentioned pine resin a lot. If I don't find pine resin, I'm going to be very disappointed. But let's see. Here we go. You know, they're right. I'm getting pine resin. That's probably from the combination of the sweetness from the rum casks and the tarriness from the tar and creosote from the peat. Okay. Yeah, pine resin. Who'd have thought? What does it look like, D-Legs? Oh, they're not sticking too tight. Did I do a crappy job of washing this glass? Did I let some bacon grease get in there? I don't know. Well, whatever. I'm going to have a sip of water first. I don't know if you can hear it, but that wind is howling out there. Okay. I get your pine resin. I get creosote. I get tar. I'm getting a little bit of citrus too. The citrus is limey, lime and lemon. I wonder how much the Caribbean cask has really contributed to this. It's getting a little bit of pine sol now, yeah. It changes along as I nose it. It gives me a little more of this and a little more of that. A little more of this, a little more of that. Doesn't say how old this is. Doesn't say how long it's been aged. We can expect youthfulness and vigor and strong peat. Yeah, there's some citrus notes in there. Bit of orange too. It changes every time I take a breath, every time I nose it. A little something else. Lemon, lime, orange, pine. The tar has moved aside. The creosote has moved aside. Now I'm just getting fruity notes. Citrus notes, particularly. What does it taste like? Hmm. Hmm. It's a little sweeter than most Ardbegs. Mixed in with that sweetness, there's citrus. There's that sweetness from the rum. I think it's from the rum. A lot of sweetness, then some citrus, indistinct citrus, lemon, limey citrus. I got just a little bit of the cereal note, not much, but predominantly the sweetness fades pretty quick. And I'm left with a dry mouth. And some citrus notes, some lemon, some lime. The finish is not particularly long. It just goes dry, and then I don't taste anything. My breath probably smells pretty tarry and peaty. That was just the first sip. Let's do a second. And I'm going to add a little bit of water because this is, after all, 52% alcohol by volume. Just a little higher than the actual Goldilocks zone. I must be acclimatized to the peat now because now I'm only getting citrus, lemon peel, lemon zest. Not so much lime now that I've tasted it. Wee bit of orange and lemon, yeah. Sweetness, but I'm not getting any of that really rum kind of flavor. Okay. Along with the lemon and orange citrus, I'm getting more sweetness than your typical Ardbeg. And that citrus, lemon and orange, does hang on. It's hanging on. It coats the mouth. It's a little bit of a hug, but it's relatively easy drinking after the first sip. For 52%, it is easy drinking. I'm going to add a little bit of water. See what it does. There's a little bit of water. Now the finish is quite ashy. I'm getting that ashen finish along with fading slowly lemons and oranges. I must be acclimatized to the peat already. Well, let's see now. Does this give anything else different? No, they just kind of, there must be something coating the inside of this glass. Something greasy that makes it all just fall right. There are drops sticking to the sides, but there's no ridge. Everything just kind of like goes down, and there are individual drops sticking to the side. This will do a great job of cleaning out your sinuses. Now on the nose, I'm getting creosote. I'm getting some wood, some virgin oak. Not virgin oak, but ex-bourbon oak. Some sweetness. Tiny little bit. Almost just a hint of golden sugar. But no. Much more dominant is the citrus from the Ardbeg peat. Smells more like ashes than it did before. Let's give it a taste. Mm. Mm. The mouthfeel is a little slippery, but not chewy, not too thick. Now, after a little bit of water, this has opened something up. I still get the lemon and orange citrus, but I'm getting a lot more from the wood now. I'm getting oak, I'm getting tannins, I'm getting some sweetness, but it doesn't taste at all like rum or like what you'd expect from a rum cask. Like if you have what's that rum cask? The Teeling rum cask, or you have the rum cask Pike Creek. The rum is not so prevalent here because it's overpowered by the peat smoke, which gives me a lot of citrus. On the nose now that I've added water, I'm getting a little bit more of that rum molasses sweetness. It changes every time I nose it though. Oh, I have to do a password. I went past my time. There we are. I'm back. Well, I was still here the whole time, but my picture went out. Seems that after 20 minutes, if you don't touch it for 20 minutes, it goes to a screensaver. Which is interesting to know, because this was near, excuse me, the end of the video. A little bit of hiccuping there. Okay. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot more oakiness now after I've added some water. And that oak would be probably from the rum cask finish. Yeah. With the addition of water, much sweeter than it was before. And the character from the wood, tannins from the ex-rum cask are really coming in. A little bit of sweetness, but not too much. Interesting little dram. And I will be interested to see what the regular Ardbeg drum is like. This committee release is quite good. I imagine that the regular one would be a little easier to drink and it wouldn't have quite so sharp a hug. I'm getting some alcohol wanting to reflux a little bit. Not unpleasant, but if you sip it the wrong way, it can burn you a little bit. Well, I'll stop wasting your time. Slanchuva.
Foodquig.
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 Yeah.